Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
And Calzaghe came back to beat both guys.
Well, these guys are extraordinary athletes. These are the best of the best. When you're talking about Hall of Fame fighters, you know, these are two that are definitely taking it to the Hall of Fame. But still, Roy hasn't done enough to win the first 2 minutes of this round either. And Bernard trying to mug him as best he can. He goes downstairs. Roy just hasn't done a lot offensively. And these are the sort of traps that he always set in his career, but he doesn't seemingly be able to do anything to get off behind it. His Hopkins coming upstairs now as he's got Roy in the corner and banging him.
He's coming in. He has to try to change the tempo and the flow of this fight that way.
It's an interesting fight, but Bernard is just, you know, winning these rounds 10-9. Not convincingly, just doing what he has to do by preventing Roy Jones from getting off at all. Roy tries to counter him and spin him, and this guy just grabs on him. He really can't do anything effective with Bernard.
This would be the equivalent of a different sport, and the idea is to win a low-scoring game. For 5 rounds, there's a chance he'll get comfortable with it at some point and change, but now Hopkins is changing back.
And when he came back to holding those hands up high, Hopkins came in, and now Roy looks like he wants to fight now. And this is what he's got to do. But Hopkins, the street brawler that he can be, the Philadelphia fighter tries to put the pressure on Roy.
I got you. Both of you.
Now clear the eyes of Roy Jones. Both of these guys are in their office when they're in the ring. And no love lost between the two. Both slick Hall of Fame fighters. They've done extraordinary things in their career, not the least of which is Roy Jones winning the heavyweight championship of the world and then going back to fight as a middleweight, as a light heavyweight at 175, as he's fighting tonight. He won the middleweight championship, beating Hopkins 17 years ago in Washington, and Hopkins has never forgotten it. This round kind of up for grabs. Oh, he hit him in the back of the head that time. Time is called. Bernard Hopkins was hit in the back of the head.
Nailed in the back of the head.
Really cracked in the back of the head. Tony Weeks should give him all the time he wants. They're asking for the doctor to come in right now. He hit him right in the back of the head. If Hopkins is fatigued enough, he's smart enough to try to pull this off. Well, let's see if the doctor takes a look at Bernard.
Bernard, you want to continue? Okay, are you ready?
One of the few times.
Round is almost over. Are you ready?
We've seen a guy take all the time given to him.
Okay, he's ready to go. Stay there. He's ready to go. Stay there. Stay right. Stay right.
He's ready to go. There were times in the demeanor that I was questioning whether he wanted to stop the fight, but he's ready to go. 1 point has been taken away from Roy Jones Jr.
Hey, time in.
And his time is back in. There's not a lot of time left in this round. But Bernard assaults Roy Jones now. He didn't like the fact he was hit in the back of the head, and he's trying to show us. And there it is, that battle. And Tony has to win it. They really go at it.
I got you.
What a brawl it turned out for the last few seconds. And Roy Jones wasn't having any of the being bullied by Bernard Hopkins. And these fighters won at each other. If there was no love lost before the fight, there's certainly no love lost now.
No, Bernard, no. Look, both of y'all, let's cut this out. Fight like a professional. No, we're going to fight like professionals. Okay, here we go. Time in.
All right, here they go. Tony Weeks continues to do a tremendous job refereeing this fight. Tony, Kenny Bayless, Joe Cortez, all great referees.
Stop.
Bird, only with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Rick Dracula.
Stop.
Bernard's back to his punch, grab, and walk back again. That's the way he started the fight, and it was very successful for him. There's a low blow again, and now here's Hopkins down on the canvas for the 3rd time.
Time in 5 minutes.
They'll get 5 minutes.
Accidental low blow.
Now, before they changed the rule,
Okay,
you used to
Bernard,
have
you
to
got
beat
5
the
minutes.
count and then
Accidental
get to
low
5
blow.
minutes.
That's right. You had to get up following a low blow or you could be counted out.
Let's see.
But it was a guy that this guy won the title from, Segundo Mercado, that won the title a couple of times by being down by low blows.
Low blow there by Jones, yep.
But again, I think that, I mean, that wasn't that bad in reality.
No.
But again, we're not in there taking it either. And this guy at 45 years of age knows every trick in the trade to give himself every opportunity. And when there's bad blood between two guys, I guess that's what you could expect. Two guys that don't want their careers to end and two guys that refuse to lose. And they're doing everything they can, legal or illegal, to win this fight. And that's what you probably expect from two great warriors like Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins.
It's a rarity in the second half of this fight to go 3 minutes without a major stoppage. As these guys with their heads coming together and the low blows.
And for all of the illegal things that have happened in this fight, again, I credit Tony Weeks for keeping it semi under control as best as any referee could do without interfering and stopping this fight, which is the last thing we want to see. Let the fighters determine it as long as you possibly can, and that's what Tony's done. The fight never soars as a knockdown, and is Roy Jones trying to finish strong. First minute of the last round almost gone. You might be watching history tonight. It could be the last fight for either or both of these men. In the Hall of Fame career.
Stop. I got you.
And both of them came to fight in tremendous physical condition. They may be only a percentage of what they were in their prime, but that still is pretty damn good when you talk about the extraordinary skill of these two amazing athletes.
Stop.
And they both wanted it immensely tonight.
Well, Hopkins got the jump with the clutching and the grabbing. Well, when he's at his best, it's not always a crowd-pleasing fight.
And this would be one of those because he was negating what Roy could do. And Roy, while he's had some very good rounds, have been some very close rounds, he hasn't really definitively beat up Hopkins in any round. Not that Bernard has beat him up in any round either, but Bernard did what Dave was talking about, especially in the first 4 rounds of the fight where he'd get off a combination of shots, land some wild punches, and then grab and walk back. And seemingly, Roy Jones couldn't solve that. And that might be the difference in this fight when the judges bring down their official renditions of what they think happened in this fight.
Hopkins is going back in these last 2 rounds to what he did early in the fight.
Don Trella scores at 117-110. Glenn Trowbridge, 117-110. Dave Moretti, 118-109. All to the winner by unanimous decision from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins.